Watch the narcissist in action. Control through food. Food, glorious food, sang the orphans in the workhouse in Oliver the musical. Napoleon, or possibly Frederick the Great, referenced that an army marches on its stomach. Virginia Woolf once said, "One cannot think well, love well, sleep well, if one has not dined well." Hippocrates observed, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food." James Beard said, "Food is our common ground, a universal experience." Charles M. Schultz stated, "All you need is love, but a little chocolate now and then doesn't hurt." Julia Child observed, "A party without cake is just a meeting." Harriet Van Horn added, "Cooking is like love. It should be entered to with abandon or not at all." Finally, M.F.K. Fisher added, "First we eat, then we do everything else." Food is a very important aspect of people's lives, for without it, you will not live. The narcissist will also utilize food, but of course as a means to getting to the prime aims. There are lots of routes to market if we look at it that way. There are lots of different ways that the narcissist can achieve the prime aims. Sex, intimacy, and love, the big three, often rolled together, are regularly and famously used for the purposes of controlling people, to enable the narcissist to get what they need out of a person by way of fuel, by way of character traits, by way of residual benefits. In some instances, fear can be used as that route to market. Flattery might be utilized. Exploitation of your vulnerabilities might also be a route. Supposed compassion and support. Money is a big one which enables the narcissist to get to the prime aims. And food also has its place within the smorgasbord of narcissistic manipulations. The issue of food can be used, for instance, with the narcissist taking food that doesn't belong to them. For instance, repeatedly taking food that might be earmarked for an occasion or in a house share belongs to somebody else. The narcissist may well hoard their own food, not sharing. The narcissist may ration food to people. The narcissist may make reference to the types of food that someone is allowed to eat. For instance, ensuring that the family all follow a strict diet because the narcissist wishes to do so because of their somaticism. Shows no emotional empathy for the other members of the family having to eat these foods even if they don't like them or need to eat them. The narcissist may well withhold food from a victim. They may go in the opposite direction, giving them too much of it, becoming a feeder, which results in health and lifestyle complications for the recipient. The issue of weight linked to food may also be a means by which the narcissist asserts control and draws fuel. And another addition to the excellent Watch the Narcissist in Action series, I'm going to provide you with an interaction between various family members where the issue of food and overeating and weight becomes the modus operandi by which the narcissist asserts control over somebody else. The interaction takes place between four people: the mother, who is the narcissist, her daughter, her son, and the narcissist's own mother, the grandma. It centers around an argument between the narcissist's mother and her daughter, and is illustrative of the way that food is used to control a victim directly and other individuals within the fuel matrix indirectly, as well as drawing fuel from them. It's a useful opportunity to understand the way that a parent, under the auspices of apparently caring for that child, demonstrates that they're doing the complete opposite. It also shows the different roles of the other individuals within the fuel matrix. All three that are dealing with the narcissist are non-intimate secondary sources, But it's the daughter that finds herself under attack. The son appears to act as a peacemaker and an apologist for the way that the narcissist behaves. It might be the case that he has the title of golden child. The non-intimate secondary source that is the grandmother appears not to want to be involved, but remains there nevertheless, drawn in to continue to interact with her daughter. You're going to see the footage and hear the interactions, which will enable you to understand more about the dynamic between all of these constituent parts of the narcissist's fuel matrix and show you various characteristics of that narcissist. Have a listen, identify what you will, and then, as ever, I will break it down for you. Here comes the footage.
Do not eat too much. Why are you being so mean?
You do.
I don't eat too much.
Yeah.
You're being really mean.
Sometimes you do. Oh, stop.
You are such a mean person. Apparently I eat too much. And I said, well, that's basically body shaming people. And she said, well, I guess I'm body shaming you.
Sometimes she eats too much. Stop. If I have to pick food out of corners of bedrooms...
You don't. You're nuts.
I know, I'm not going to say much. Because I love you both, but she's not that. And I know you don't, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Why? Because you find one wrapper in my room? You found a granola bar wrapper on my bed and you were like freaking out about it, screaming at me in the car. Like, I'm such a scumbag. It was one granola bar.
You're not a scumbag.
No, I just eat too much.
I don't want to take sides. Your mom just doesn't want you to overeat.
That's not what she's even talking about. I'm in the kitchen and she goes, you should put that down. I think you've had enough to eat.
Yeah. You overeat a lot.
I don't overeat a lot. I barely eat. I don't eat breakfast anymore because I'm really self-conscious.
Well, Grandma...
I stopped eating lunch because sometimes at lunch Michaela and Kaylee are like, geez, you ate that whole thing? So no, I don't eat too much.
I eat too much. Last night at 9 o'clock, I went and got me a bowl of cereal at 9 o'clock. Which I know I shouldn't do, but I did because I was hungry.
I don't understand why this just turned into like you talking about my weight. And like how much I eat. It's not like a shrug of the shoulder kind of thing. It's really...
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. When you drink, you get mad at me.
Stop eating so much. Then.
I don't eat that much.
Yes.
No. You're like such a mean person to me for no reason.
I was told not to do it, so I didn't.
Told not to do what?
Well, you're like super slosh, and I think something's going on.
I'm trying not to do anything.
I don't want to be in the car with you.
I'm not doing anything.
Well, the way I feel, if you're hungry, you're hungry.
Yeah.
I don't care. That's not even what it's about. What kind of person says that to their daughter?
Okay, this is a happy day that you...
You can't make fun of me for crying. You're being an asshole.
Welcome to being their mother.
I want to be in the car with you.
Oh, you're like totally horrible.
Come on, guys.
Mom, can you go?
Well, I look at it, if you're hungry, you're hungry. But don't sneak food.
I'm not sneaking food. What are you talking about? I was casually eating something at a football party when you have a bunch of snacks out.
The sneaking foods, like, kind of.
No! Quit talking about my weight. It's none of your business.
Sneaking food.
I'm not sneaking food.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
Mom, you need to go home.
Yeah,
It's time for us to go.
like Christopher Drive.
Where's your dad?
Where's my dad? He's in Washington, and you know where he's
I
at.
know where your dad's at. He's at the Chiefs Club.
He's
right
not
now.
at the Chiefs Club because when I FaceTimed him, you could clearly see that he was in the room that he was at.
Yeah.
Not at a Chiefs Club.
Brianna, you're arguing with a drunk person.
I don't care.
Everything you're saying is
Because everything she gets is an excuse.
You guys don't go to bed. He's smacked in the head.
Smack me in the head really hard.
She's a bitch. She's a bitch.
No, I don't think so.
She's mean.
Well, it's done. I still have to drive.
See, I don't want to be put in the middle.
I'm sorry about that, Brianna.
I don't want to be put in the middle.
I'm sorry, baby. We're heading off anyway.
Because I don't want you to get pissed at me, and I don't want her to hit me.
It's alright.
But yeah.
Mom, go.
What do you
Just
want?
go! I want to go home!
And I wanted Nicole is freaky.
You've been really mean all night. Yes, and it's time for us to go.
Okay.
You know I love you.
Okay, but you guys all have to be honest.
I know. I think you're too hard on yourself.
We need to tell you tomorrow when you can actually think about what we're telling you.
Well, then you guys should be honest with me.
Oh, so you can yell at us?
She's not there.
She is not my fucking
Fuck,
boss.
shut the fuck up.
It's not okay.
You know that doesn't help. Mom,
Come on, let's go home.
we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go home. Go to bed.
Let her go.
What?
Brianna,
Let's
we
go.
gotta win. Go.
What do you mean win? Oh my god.
Okay, just calm down. Oh, this is a happy day. It's a happy day. This one, don't start it. You know I love you. Don't cry. Just be safe, going home.
There you have the footage, some interesting interactions to unpack there. The family have been at a barbecue in the course of the afternoon, and you may have picked up on the fact that the narcissist is noticeably drunk, which shows a lack of accountability for behaviours. The footage is joined partway through the argument, which is taking place at the grandmother's home shortly before the mother, daughter and son are due to leave. The daughter protests, "I do not eat too much. Why are you being so mean?" "Mother, you do." Assertion of control. "I don't eat too much." Challenge fuel. "Sit down." Notice that the daughter is somewhere in her teens and is being told to sit down, treated as if she was much younger. The condescending behaviour demonstrative of the haughtiness of the narcissist. The daughter again complains, "You're being really mean." The mother states, "Sometimes you do." The son intervenes in his role as peacemaker, recognising, of course, that his mother's behaviour is inappropriate. "Mum, stop." The daughter, becoming even more upset, states, "You are such a mean person." This is all negative fuel for the narcissist, but of course, because she's being criticised, it's challenge fuel. The grandmother then becomes involved and asks what's going on. The daughter explains, "Apparently I eat too much," and I said that's basically body shaming. And she said, "Well, I guess I'm body shaming you." Lack of emotional empathy. The mother again points out sometimes she eats too much. The son again intervenes, "Mum, it's time to stop." But the mother doesn't. And it doesn't seem as if the daughter actually does eat too much, because it's not like the son or the grandmother are saying, "Well, actually you do, darling, and you need to cut back on what you eat." Instead, the son is trying to get his mother to stop with this provocation of his sister. The mother says, if I have to pick food out of corners of bedrooms, this would appear to be a revision of history. You don't. You're nuts, protests the daughter, clearly having been pushed considerably by her mother. The grandmother replies, I know. I'm not going to say much because I love you both, but she's not fat. I know what you're talking about. Therefore, she isn't fat, as per what the grandmother states. Therefore, query, why is the mother maintaining that she eats too much? It's part of her need to control her daughter. This assertion by the grandmother is then met with a nullification of threat to control by the mother as she responds, you don't, i.e. you don't know what we're talking about. The daughter states, why? Because you find one wrapper in my room. You found a granola bar wrapper on my bed, and you were like freaking out about it, screaming at me in the car like I'm such a scumbag. It was one granola bar. Triangulation of the daughter with the issue of food and the wrapper being found. The grandmother provides reassurance to her granddaughter, you're not a scumbag. The daughter says, no, I just eat too much. The grandmother, trying to be a peacemaker, states, I don't want to take sides. Your mum just doesn't want you to overeat. Daughter says, that's not what she's even talking about. I'm in the kitchen, and she goes, you should put that down. I think you've had enough to eat. Triangulating her daughter with the issue of food and her apparent overeating. The mother then reinforces her view. Yeah, because you overeat a lot. Daughter, I don't overeat a lot. I barely eat. I don't eat breakfast anymore because I'm really self-conscious. Grandma attempts to intervene again. Well, Grandma, daughter continues, I stopped eating lunch because sometimes at lunch, Michaela and Kaylee are like, Jess, you ate that whole thing, so no, I don't eat too much. Grandma states, I eat too much last night at 9 o'clock and went and got me a bowl of cereal at 9 o'clock, which I know I shouldn't do, but I did because I was hungry. Daughter, I don't understand why this just turned into like you talking about my weight and like how much I eat. It's not like a shrug of the shoulder kind of thing, it's really rude. Of course, she doesn't realise what her mother is, and she doesn't realise that her mother is using this issue of food as a means to control her and draw fuel from her. Her mother comes in with, yeah, it is. Namely, it is a shrug of the shoulder thing. You are overreacting to all of this. The daughter replies, no, it's not. When you drink, you get mad at me. That, of course, is a threat to control by suggesting that she is an unpleasant person when she drinks. Stop eating so much, then. Again, reference to the food. The daughter raises her voice in frustration. I don't eat that much. Yes, says the mother. No, says the daughter. The son, again, Mum, you need to stop. The daughter, you're like such a mean person to me for no reason. Notice that there's no resolution to this dispute. That the mother continues to provoke her daughter, showing no emotional empathy for her by raising the issue of her overeating, and the daughter continues to engage, understandably so, protesting her innocence, not realising that she's not going to persuade her mother to stop it, and the better course of action would be just to walk away. You're like such a mean person to me for no reason. I was told not to do it, so I didn't, bringing up the past. Told not to do what? The son, Mum, you're like super sloshed and it's time to just stop. The mother, I'm trying not to do anything. I.e., I'm innocent. I'm not the problem. Blame shifting. The daughter starts to cry. I don't want to be in the car with you. The mother, I'm not doing anything. Protestation of innocence when clearly she is. She's provoking the daughter. Grandmother, well, the way I feel. If you're hungry, you're hungry. She's trying to act as peacemaker as well. Yeah, says the mother. The daughter now crying, I don't care. It's not even what it's about. What kind of person says that to their daughter? One that doesn't exhibit emotional empathy. If there was a genuine concern about her eating habits and perhaps her weight, then there would be a better way of addressing that rather than the manner that has been performed so far. Grandma, okay, this is a happy day, probably sarcastically. The mother does something at this point, which is spotted by the daughter, which causes her to erupt. "You can't make fun of me for crying. You're being an asshole." It's likely that her mother is belittling her. The mother, welcome to being her mother, which of course, talking about her as if she isn't there, further belittlement. The daughter repeats, "I don't want to be in the car with you." I've spoken about how the narcissist can use confined spaces against you in Trapped the Car. If you've not watched that video, I'd encourage you to do so. And it may well be the case that the daughter experiences some form of anxiety in being involved in the close proximity of the narcissist in a motor vehicle. The mother then mocks her and belittles her. "Oh dear, life is so hard. I'm totally horrible." The grandmother again tries to act as the peacemaker. "Come on, guys." The son, "Mum, can we go, please?" Grandmother, "The way I look at it, if you're hungry, you eat, but don't sneak food." The daughter, "I'm not sneaking food. What are you talking about? I was casually eating something at, a football party when you have a bunch of snacks out." Mother says, "The sneaking food, it's like crime. Provocation." "No," says the daughter, "quit talking about my weight. It's none of your business." Grandmother, "Sneaking food when I came for..." The daughter more forcefully, "I'm not sneaking food." "Yes," says the mother. "No, I'm not," says the daughter. The son again, "Mum, we need to go home. It's time for us to go." The grandmother says, "Yeah, let Christopher drive." Another asks, "Where's your dad?" The daughter responds, "Where's my dad? He's in Washington." And you know where he's at. The mother, "I know where your dad is at. He is at the Chiefs Club right now." The daughter says, "He's not at the Chiefs Club because when I FaceTimed him, you could clearly see that he was in the room that he was at." "Yeah," says the mother, "not at Chiefs Club." The son points out, "Brianna, you're arguing with the drunk person." "Well, it's more than that. There's a narcissist that's drunk." "I don't care," says the daughter, demonstrating that her own emotional thinking is very high. The son says, "Everything you're saying is..." The daughter says, "Because everything she gets is an excuse." "Come on," claps the grandmother as if to move everybody along. The mother then responds, "You need to be smacked in the head really hard." Threat of physical violence, again in absence of emotional empathy and talking to somebody that she ought to love, her daughter demonstrates her credentials in that regard as somebody that acts with a sense of entitlement and has no emotional empathy. The daughter responds in a challenging tone, "Then smack me in the head really hard." The mother states, "She's a bitch," smearing. Then, presumably in response to the grandmother, "I know, she is a bitch too." The daughter cries, "I didn't mean to be." "Okay," mocks the mother, again showing a lack of emotional empathy. "Mum, come on, I still have to drive home," says the son. The daughter continues to cry. "See, I don't want to be put in the middle," something that no doubt the grandmother has found herself in numerous instances. The son, once again playing the peacemaker, states, "I'm sorry about that, Grandma." Grandmother replies, "I don't want to be put in the middle." "I'm sorry, Grandma," says the son, "we're heading off now anyway." The grandmother responds, "Because I don't want you to get pissed at me and I don't want her to hit me." Therefore, there's a suggestion of a history of physical violence by the mother to the grandmother. The mother says, "Sorry," false contrition. The daughter has been crying in frustration and the others are getting ready to leave. No one's offering her any comfort. She's totally ignored. "Mum, go," says the son. The daughter, "Just go, I want to go home." The grandmother then offers an explanation. A lot of Nicole, the mother, is drink. But of course, it actually isn't. That is just what the grandmother goes to, understandably so, believing that's the problem. The son then turns to his mother as his sister continues to cry. "You've been really mean to her all night." "You think so?" asks the mother, not recognizing her own behaviours. "Yes," says the son, "and now it's time for us to go." "All right," says the mother. Notice the difference of response to the way that the mother behaves in relation to the son. She repeatedly provokes the daughter, who's likely to be the scapegoat, but when it's the son, she actually considers what he has to say, not in a meaningful way, but she doesn't erupt, and she's far more compliant, almost, with him. Grandmother states, "Okay, you know I love you." The mother replies, "Well, that's okay, but you guys all have to be honest." Grandmother says, "I know, I think you're too hard on yourself." Well, the grandmother clearly doesn't know what she's dealing with. The son says to his mother, we need to tell you a story when you can actually think about what we're telling you. The mother replies, well, you guys should. Notice the way the narcissist says, you should, the prescriptive behaviours, just be honest with me from the get-go. The daughter intervenes, oh, so you can yell at us. Grandmother, she stopped that, referring to the fact that the narcissist stopped shouting. The mother then referred to the daughter, she is not my fucking mouth, shut the fuck up. Explosion of heated, ignited fury. The daughter cries again, this is not okay. The son goes over to his sister, trying to placate and reason with her so that she leaves with him and goes to the car. The daughter replies, I don't care. The son in a calming tone says, it's time to go. The grandmother says, come on, let's go home. The son says, come on, we can talk about it tomorrow. Again, playing the peacemaker. He's been through this scenario many times and probably finds it wearisome and recognises the best thing to do is just to leave and address the matters on another occasion rather when things are heated. The grandmother says, yeah, let's go home and go to bed. The mother says, let her go, meaning let her go first. Come on, says the grandmother. What, says the daughter? Let's go, says the grandmother. The mother then provokes again. Brianna, you've got to win. Go. The daughter, what do you mean win? Oh my God. And then walks towards the door. The grandmother to her granddaughter states, okay, just calm down. This is a happy day. This is a happy day. Don't start it. You know I love you. Don't cry. You're going home. The mother says, I know. And the daughter, still crying, leaves the house. You can see in those interactions the complete absence of emotional empathy that the narcissist has for her daughter, that she evidently revels in repeatedly goading her, provoking her, notwithstanding the fact that she's upset and crying, that she continues to insult her with reference to the way that she eats, with reference to her weight, suggesting that she eats too much, and then just basically name-calling. This is not the behaviour of an individual with emotional empathy. The upset of the daughter clearly fuels her mother, and the son and the grandmother are really at a loss as to what to do. The son plays the usual role of peacemaker, the grandmother to an extent, but she feels caught between her daughter and her granddaughter. Once again, the interactions between a narcissist, but this time with three different people, and you'll see the way that the daughter has been scapegoated. She is the one who gets it worse off her mother, whereas the son is probably likely to be the golden child because she reacts in a far more approachable and constructive manner with him, part of her particular veneer towards him, rather than in relation to the way that she treats the daughter. The manipulations aren't exactly extensive here, and they're fairly rudimentary in nature. Insult, triangulation, bringing up the past, belittlement, invalidation. There's repeated instances of heated, ignited fury with the insults and the shouting. This, of course, is exacerbated by the drink, but it's not solely generated by the drink. The behaviours underneath it are those of the pursuit of the prime aims and the absence of emotional empathy. Here, the narcissist uses the issue of food and overeating as a means to repeatedly provoke her daughter, showing an absence of emotional empathy, the drawing of negative challenge fuel from her, and a sense of entitlement to speak to her in such a way. Alongside that, you see the reactions to other people to the fight that goes on between mother and daughter. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.